This is ABC 7 News at 6.
An Eddington man already well known to police was arrested again today and charged with making online threats. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Devin Dagnall. According to the Department of Justice, in 2024, the FBI received information from Meta about a Facebook user who had discussed committing violence against police and the military. The FBI also received online tips from members of the public about threatening statements made on X. In November 2024, the FBI executed a search warrant related to the X account. They say the recovered posts contained threats to Jews, political figures, the Supreme Court, and others. According to the Department of Justice, details of the account were traced back to Thaddeus Wynn. He is well known to law enforcement as he has been involved in multiple standoffs with police in recent years.
Meanwhile, during a meeting today of the Select Committee on Intelligence, Senator Angus King grilled National Security Director Tulsi Gabbard about the contents of a text stream allegedly leaked by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth that revealed detailed plans for military strikes in Yemen. The sensitive information was sent to a group chat that included journalists. King argued that the information leaked included targets, weapons to be used, attack sequences, and timing. While Gabbard has testified that none of the information leaked was classified, Senator King pushed back.
So the attack sequencing and timing and weapons and targets you don't consider should have been classified?
I defer to the Secretary of Defense, the National Security Council on that question.
Well, you're the head of you're the head of the intelligence community. You're supposed to know about classifications. So your testimony very clearly today is that nothing was in that set of texts that were classified. I'll follow up on Senator Wyden's question. If that's the case, please release that whole text stream so that the public can have a view of what actually transpired on this discussion. It's hard for me to believe that targets and timing and weapons would not have been classified. Well, let me move on.
Republican lawmakers are voicing their concerns over the recent budget passed by the legislature, describing it as unbalanced and dishonest. Democrats say that is completely false. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
Last Thursday, the legislature passed a more than $11 billion budget without a single vote from Republicans in the state Senate or the House.
A blind man could see that this budget is not balanced, therefore it is dishonest.
Republican lawmakers are not shying away from expressing their discontent with the continuing services budget, describing it as reckless, unbalanced, and dishonest.
Truly a backdoor, behind closed doors, secret budget that was drafted out of the public eye, which I think is disgraceful.
According to the Senate president, an unbalanced budget is not allowed under Maine's Constitution, and there is a fund positive balance of nearly $130 million. She says the vote came down to ensuring that essential services like Maine Care remain funded amid continued policy discussions.
The reason we really needed to rush this through was to at least get the clock started on those Maine Care payments. 90 days is still too long to wait, and I still am hopeful that our colleagues will find a way to come together that we can get this emergency funding passed, but I wasn't willing to play chicken anymore.
This is the first of two budget measures. Republican leaders say Mainers should expect to see more tax increases in Part 2.
And there's over 12 tax increases in the governor's proposal that I think you're going to see rolled in here. And there's not a single vote up here to vote to raise taxes.
President Daughtry says the reason for a two-part budget is to adjust based on changes from the federal government and to ensure they are monitoring their revenue forecast.
I want these ideas to have a robust conversation in appropriations in our policy committees. We need to hear from Mainers what they want to see.
In Augusta, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
According to volunteers with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, 1 in 5 deaths in Maine are caused by cancer. As part of their annual Cancer Action Day, volunteers convened at the State House to support proposals that aim to address the needs of patients across the cancer spectrum. Advocates and cancer survivors are urging support of a proposal to improve access to biomarker testing. They say the testing is a way to look for genes, proteins, and other substances that can help provide critical information for cancer treatment, as well as early detection and diagnosis. Representative Sam Zager of Portland says LD 107 would require coverage for biomarker testing regardless of people's insurance providers.
Knowing what exact disease is affecting somebody. Not only what organ is affected, but what is the actual disease? What is the pathway that is not working right? Knowing that answer really helps get the right treatment to the right person.
I interact with cancer patients every single day. I see what happens when they get the right treatment versus the wrong treatment. I see the devastation that insurance barriers can bring and the stress that brings on top of an already horrible and stressful situation.
Volunteers with the American Cancer Society are also pushing lawmakers to support a cigarette tax increase of $1 per pack. They hope raising costs will deter Mainers from smoking or help people quit. To learn more, you can visit this story on our website. That is, of course, foxbangor.com.
All right, let's turn things over to get a first look at that forecast.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. Out there for today, we started off with some lingering snow showers, dried out for a bit, but now this afternoon we're seeing those rain and snow showers all across the state for us out there for today. We are going to be doing the same exact thing for tomorrow. Winds out there, though, pretty nice, only right around 3 miles per hour here in Bangor. Some areas a little bit more breezy in the southwestern portion of the state, but for all of us, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour, if not below that, is what we're seeing for wind speeds out there. And it's going to stay light and variable for tonight. Highs out there right around 37 degrees, still warming up a bit in this afternoon for Bangor, but we did see those low to mid 40s down near our coastline, 46 in Rockland, 43 here in Bar Harbor. Did see 40 in Presque Isle and many areas in those mid to upper 30s as well near Millinocket, Greenville, and Clayton Lake for highs today. Going into tonight, those temperatures aren't going to drop too much. We'll be right around the mid 20s, and we will have a slight chance for some snow early on. Other than that, we're going to be drying out with those winds staying light and variable out there for tonight. Beth and Devin.
Thank you, Chase. Coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, our Alex Schley was in Bangor to highlight the recent boom in home sales in Maine.
And our Doug Banks was in Castine to highlight the 2025 Leadership Challenge weekend. We'll have those stories and much more when we come back.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Nissan over 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Dreaming of the ultimate ride? Now's the time. At Lincoln Power Sports, qualified buyers get 0% financing for 60 months on all remaining 2025 Ski-Doo models. But hurry, this offer ends March 31st. Plus, when you buy from Lincoln Power Sports, you get our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty because we stand by what we sell. Don't wait. Call 794-8100 or stop by today before the snow and this deal are gone.
Napa knows every driver deserves quality parts. With 30 locations in Maine, Maine's largest network of parts has everything you need to keep your vehicle and equipment running smoothly. Starting now through March 30th, save big during our Napa Gold Filter Sale. From oil, air, and fuel to light and heavy-duty filters, every Napa Gold filter is up to 60% off. Find the filter that fits your needs and get to the moments that matter most. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Get 4.49% financing for 60 months on Kicks.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Data shows the housing market is the strongest it's been in years. Our Alex Schley spoke with local realtors who say they expect sales to keep climbing as we head into spring.
According to Maine realtor Renee Hutchins, the number of homes sold nearly doubled from January to February, making it one of the best months for Maine housing sales in the past 25 years.
From last month to this month, it is an increase of 7.4%. That means half sold above and half sold below.
That growth can be seen in the housing market here in Penobscot County. According to Zillow.com, the sale of 4 properties were finalized in Bangor and Brewer on Monday, including this house here on West Broadway, where less than 24 hours after signing the paperwork, the new owners were moving in. Hudgens says a variety of factors are driving the market.
Getting calls from out-of-staters, wanting to get out of some other regions of the world, whether it be hot or busy or political climates or whatever, they're wanting to move. And their jobs, there's job changes all over. You know, still first-time buyers are our biggest market, but here we have a lot of retirees. Ranch-style homes are very popular. Condos are very popular.
Hudgens says she expects the market to continue heating up as the weather warms.
The word on the street is March Madness is the time to put your houses on. People are home, they're watching the shows, they are looking on the internet, shopping for houses now. So they start their process at home on their computer, then they're out on foot right away. So once the snow's gone, there's going to be more action.
And despite fluctuating interest rates, Hudgens says buyers are still active.
We're anticipating that. Rates are still, slightly down, but we're not seeing that as a condition of sale. We're seeing people still needing homes.
Hudgens says Maine's housing market continues to stand out nationwide.
Maine had the highest appreciations of homes in the country for the last 5 years.
In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Over this past weekend, students on Maine Maritime Academy's campus got a bird's eye view of what the future might hold for them. Our Doug Banks takes us to Castine and up in a Black Hawk helicopter.
Above lush trees, rigid mountain ranges, and the Deer Isle Bridge, you'll find the ambitions of those on Maine Maritime Academy's campus.
From up there, it's awesome.
Taking part in a weekend-long event meant to challenge the endurance of one's mind, body, and spirit.
People can see the changes that you make around them.
Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps units from Maine and New Hampshire spent 3 days on MMA's Castine campus for the 2025 Leadership Challenge Weekend. Organized by MMA, the Academy's Regiment of Shipmen, and Maine National Guard, the event featured challenges and activities that encouraged teamwork, self-reflection, and to find out where participants' interests may lie within the armed forces.
Today is great for them to interact with each other, find out more about different service opportunities and some competitive challenges as well.
Above the Castine campus Saturday morning, a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter that, upon landing at Fort George, blew away both the JROTCs on the ground and the MMA students on board.
It was honestly amazing. It was the fastest route I ever had from Bangor back to Castine.
The whole experience of seeing that huge thing land down, it was awesome. I got a video of it and I can't wait to show my mom because she's gonna think it's so cool.
As JROTCs eagerly walked across Fort George to the Black Hawk helicopter, one MMA student saw himself in who he once was.
When I was young, my sisters actually enlisted with the Army active duty, and it reminded me how much I looked up to her.
Saturday's event was just one of many to take place on MMA's campus, and those who took part in this year's Leadership Challenge weekend say what they're taking with them from this whole experience isn't just seeing a Black Hawk helicopter in person, but also the personal growth that comes when faced with different and difficult circumstances.
The experience, the people I've met, the different backgrounds, the people I've worked with. I might not see any of these people ever again, but I know I'll carry this experience and those people's philosophies and the things that they've taught me with me 1000%.
In Castine, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey was in Belfast to highlight the benefits of worm farming.
And in sports, Maine hockey is back at practice after winning the Hockey East Championship. Now they turn their attention to the NCAA Championship, and we'll have that story after the break.
For the best LiftMaster openers at real prices, call PDQ Door first. Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. For emergency service, routine maintenance, and tune-ups, make PDQ Door your first call. Learn more at pdqdoor.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa, who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
It's Markdown Mania at the Furniture Gallery, and the deals are madness. Relax in this cozy recliner. Choose tan, gray, or brown for only $2.98. Grab a sofa chaise for just $5.98. Upgrade your living room with a sofa and love seat set, now just $7.98. Scott Living mattresses are now priced king size for a queen price. Plus, save up to 70% on in-stock clearance items. Hurry into the Furniture Gallery, shop our main family-owned business, and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. For over 30 years, we've been delivering top-notch service to the state of Maine. We're proud to be your trusted and first choice for garage door repair and LiftMaster openings. Visit us online at pdqdoor.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Maine hockey is just 4 wins away from raising another national championship banner. I'm Tyler Cruz here with Jack Webb at Alfond Arena. But, Jack, you were at TD Garden all last weekend, where Maine brought home their first Hockey East championship in 21 years. Before we get into the NCAA tournament, just what was that experience like for you and for them to have all those Maine fans down there, too?
Yeah, I was down at Alfond South. It was unbelievable. I've told the story a couple times, but I'm getting out of my Uber or at the Greatest Bar, which is right around the corner from TD Garden, on Friday afternoon, about 15 minutes before that red carpet arrival. All I hear is "Let's Go Black Bear" chants just going around the west end of Boston. It was unbelievable to see the Maine fans bring the energy of this Alfond Arena down to TD Garden, and honestly, they multiplied it. I mean, there were 2+ Alfonds in the building on Friday night at the Garden. The energy was unmatched, and I think Maine fans should give themselves a pat on the back. It was loaded for that red carpet arrival. I mean, it was standing room only, and then apparently the UConn one was like a string of people. So Maine fans definitely they definitely brought it, and I'm excited to see what the future brings for this Black Bear squad.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring it this weekend, too, because Maine will not have any sort of home ice advantage down in Pennsylvania, playing the red-hot Penn State Nittany Lions coming from the Big Ten. They've had a couple of big wins recently. Are they prepared for that crowd? They've played in away crowds before in hostile environments, but how are they preparing for this one?
Yeah, I think they've played in, being in the Hockey East, you play in plenty of hostile environments, and there was a lot of commotion about that this week, right? All you do is you go win the Hockey East Championship, you earn a #1 seed, and your reward is getting Penn State less than 3 hours away from campus. But David Brazil, we talked to him earlier today, and he gave us a great answer about the team's mindset on this game.
No, we're not too worried. Obviously, we're aware of it, but it's college hockey. You know, it's awesome. You want to go play in an awesome atmosphere. You don't want to go to a building where there's only 200 people. You want to go there where it's sold out and you're playing with high intensity, whether it's the Maine fans or the Penn State fans. I believe the Maine fans are going to travel just as well, and we're looking forward to the challenge. You know, we're a team that we love the grind. We love the discomfort, whatever the situation is. We look forward to that. We chase that because that makes us better players and makes us more prepared for whatever situation we face.
Certainly prepared for the adversity there that they're going to face this weekend, but adversity is nothing new to these guys.
Well, you're exactly right, Tyler. And you think about, they didn't leave the Garden until 12:30, I guess Friday morning, right? Right after that double overtime marathon against Northeastern, and they come out with a jump against UConn. So this team's been through the ups and downs this year. You kind of think of the midseason lulls, that loss to Bentley down in Portland, and like we said, they played in hostile environments. I think at this point, this team is battle-tested and they're callous. And again, they lost to Cornell last year, and they lost in the semifinals of Hockey East last year with a lot of the core of that same squad. So they've been through a lot, and I'm not quite sure that's going to faze them, as David Brazil said.
Yeah, and they're coming back. This is going to be a great game against Penn State. They win. They go to Sunday. They play to get into the Frozen Four. It's been so long for this program, so long for these fans. Just what does it mean to them, too?
I think it means a lot to this squad, and they were talking about a lot of the players referenced that visit the 99 team paid this team all the way back in October as it was their 25th anniversary of their national championship. And I think they realized, as we talked about the fan support, how much this matters to the state of Maine and to the university and the role they're playing in just kind of the state's overall sports culture as a whole, you know, and I think they're really excited about this opportunity. And Harrison Scott, he's a guy he has a lot of confidence, and he echoed that not only did that get them excited, that Hockey East championship, for what's coming, but it also got them prepared. He told me after the game on Friday night that this team was jamming right now, and he went on to explain what exactly jamming means.
Jamming, we're rolling right now. That we're feeling ourselves, and it's just a confidence thing, and it's a belief in the room. And I think more than ever right now, our team's clicking, and we're feeling good, and we're trusting ourselves, and we're trusting our process, and that's what you want this time of year.
All right, so let's hope that they can keep jamming in Pennsylvania, and then the winner, if they keep jamming, they get to go all the way to St. Louis for a chance to put their third national championship banner right here in the Alphon. Jack, thanks for taking the time. We're going to send it now to Chase with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you, Tyler. Out there for highs today, a little cooler, right around 37 here in Bangor, but those low to mid-40s did reach into the coastline. Rockland at 46, Bar Harbor at 43. That extends to the southwestern coastline and areas in the southwestern portion of the state as well. Did get a little bit cooler near Millinocket and Greenville in the mid-30s. We did see Presque Isle hit 40 degrees for today, and Clayton Lake was close at 39 as well. So going into tonight, expect those mid-20s here in Bangor with light and variable winds out there for tonight. Could be a little bit warmer by the coastline, right around those low 30s near Deer Isle, even into the mid-30s near Portland. But as you go up north, temperatures right around those mid-20s, maybe even some areas in the low to mid-30s in the northern portions of the state. Looking at Clayton Lake at 33 and Caribou at 30 for tonight. Get into tomorrow. We're going to be back into those mid-40s. Should be getting to that here in Bangor. We're going to have another chance for some more rain and snow showers. A little bit of a wintry mix out there for tomorrow. Temperatures going to be similar right around those low to mid-40s along the coastline, especially as you go into Portland. And temperatures could be reaching 40 again up near Caribou and Clayton Lake again for tomorrow. But if not, they'll be right around those mid to upper 30s. So that average high is now at 43 degrees. We are just a little bit above average for these next few days, especially as we get into Friday, that high around 47. But then we're going to have a mess of a wintry mix kind of making its way in starting Saturday, bringing some chances for snow. Going to see those highs right around the mid 30s. And so most of it should stay as snow. But if we do get a little bit warmer, we're going to see a little bit of freezing rain, sleet, maybe even just pure rain out there as well. By Tuesday, we're going to see those highs back near average in the low to mid 40s. So winds out there right now, pretty light and variable, only seeing 3 miles per hour here in Bangor. It's going to stay like that tonight, going into tomorrow as well. Maybe a few areas get a little bit of breeze, but then tomorrow night we're going to stay light and variable or have some calm conditions out there as these rain and snow showers continue to pass through. So tonight we're going to dry out. We're not going to see precipitation, but again, we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. More chances for rain here in Bangor right around 3:30 with those highs in the mid 40s. On the back end, you'll be seeing lots of chances for wintry mix and snow. That's going to continue on. We'll see that kind of transition all into snow for tomorrow night, right around 1 a.m. So yes, we do have a slight chance for some more snow showers, but winds will stay light and variable. Clouds will begin to decrease as we get into your Thursday afternoon. We should see all that precipitation off to the east, and we'll be seeing some partly cloudy skies and a little bit of sunshine for your Thursday afternoon. So for tonight out there, lows in the mid-20s will be mostly cloudy with those rain and snow showers lingering earlier on, then drying out throughout the rest of the night. Winds are going to stay light and variable for you guys. And for tomorrow, we're going to do it all over again. We're going to have that wintry mix out there, starting off as rain, transitioning maybe into a little bit of winter mix, freezing rain, sleet, and then transitioning into all snow as we get into tomorrow night with highs in the mid-40s for tomorrow. Southwest winds right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could be a little bit of breeze right around 15 at times, but not too much of a wind for tomorrow as well. So here's your extended forecast. Drying out by Thursday with partly cloudy skies, highs back in the mid-40s. 47 for Friday, a slight chance for some rain and snow showers out there. And as we go into Saturday, still a slight chance, but we'll have better chances going into Saturday night. And as you see Sunday, a better chance for rain and snow showers with highs in the mid-30s. Beth and Devin.
Thank you, Chase. Still more to come after the break.
Stay with us.
Did you know that 50% of the air you breathe in your home is air that comes from Hafford Basement Systems? All things basementy. A wet, damp basement is a real problem. It can damage your valuables, worsen asthma and allergies, and affect indoor air quality. We'll transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the health of your entire home. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basementy.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
You could get 4.99% for 60 on a stylish all-wheel drive Camry hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
No matter where you are in Maine, the new WorkSource Maine Virtual Career Center is here to help. The Maine Department of Labor, along with local workforce boards, has a new virtual career center ready to assist and connect Mainers. Job seekers get free career coaching, training, and job search help. Employers find hiring support and workforce training programs. It's easy, it's free, and it's built for Maine. Visit myworksourcemaine.gov today.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Little Miss Davis Sweets and Treats, a home-based business that specializes in homemade baked goods. Everything I bake is made to order. I specialize in baking homemade fudge, brownies, cupcakes, giant cookies, and large gingerbread men.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
When Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance.
A Maine resident is worming her way into a brand new career. Melody Kennedy is a worm farmer, and she says using worm waste as a fertilizer not only helps your garden grow, but it can also be used to reduce the number of ticks, earwigs, and other insects in your yard. Our Jody Hersey shows us.
Oh, they know how to hide.
Melody Kennedy of Topsom is a working worm farmer. She decided to get into the business when she found herself unemployed. And what she's learned about worms and using their waste as fertilizer has truly opened her eyes to all the benefits these critters provide to our gardens and yards.
You can use it for indoor plants, outdoor plants, lawns, trees, bushes, shrubs. It doesn't matter.
Kennedy has thousands of worms at her Longview Estate worm farm. She brought a few to the United Farmers Market in Belfast in a compost bin to show customers. But she herself is the one who does the dirty work.
What I do is once they're done a bin, I get the castings, aka the manure, out of the bin, separate the worms and stuff, take the castings and I put them in water. I get all the nutrients out of them. I get the microorganisms to multiply by the billions. And that's why I make it live and fresh, so you get that into your soil.
Kennedy says her liquid fertilizer not only helps plants grow, it also can be a great resource for pest control.
So I sprayed my yard last March and did not see a tick until November.
Reducing ticks around the yard was the very reason Searsport resident Sophie Engstrom stopped by Kennedy's booth at the farmers market.
We have a dog and the dog coming in and out, and of course spraying anything chemical is not on my list of things to do. So I just was like instantly interested and I want to give it a try.
Kennedy says her product has a shelf life of 30 days, but customers can still benefit from its use no matter how old it is.
It repairs your soil. It aerates it and puts life in it. This just all makes sense to me.
In Belfast, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And Melody Kennedy plans to return to the United Farmers Market in Belfast on April 12th, and I'm willing to bet there's going to be some folks waiting for her.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Really cool. I had no idea worms had such an impact on everything around them.
I definitely wasn't aware of the pest control aspect. You know, we were just talking yesterday about the fact that even though we had prolonged cold temperatures over the winter, that the snow insulated the ground for a prolonged period of time, so we could see, you know, more tick activity than we might have expected. So to me, anything that reduces tick activity is a win.
Seems like a great alternative.
Indeed. All right, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great night.
For more of your local news, join us over on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
Tonight, immigration and the presidency, the legal showdown, plus the budget pay.
She pays $850.
She's on Section 8, so she doesn't pay very much.
at all. She's on housing.
How much does she owe you?
$4,400.
Do you have any proof that you made those payments in the amount of $4,400?
I don't owe him that because on here it says I only owe $800 and $200 was from December that I owed and $800 here. This is a 3-day notice he gave to me after he harassed me and my mom.
Judgment for the
who is
plaintiff
sick.
in the amount of $4,400. We're done.
Excuse me.
We're done.
Why is our excused? You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I've learned that you have to trust your instincts, and I knew when she walked into my office
He pretty much lied about me paying that much rent.
that I was dealing with somebody that I really didn't want to, but because of her grandmother, which has been an absolute doll,
He's harassed me and my mother who's sick with cancer.
as a tenant for us for 15 years, I went ahead and accepted her as a tenant. So, lesson learned.
But what I'm going to do is get a restraining order after this.
No more free rides, and you know what? There are still good people out there.
It is what it is. I'm glad it's over, so I can move on.
Coming up, Republican lawmakers are calling out Democrats over the recently passed biennial budget and potential tax hikes.
Plus, in national news, advocacy groups are taking legal action against President Trump's executive order dismantling the Department of Education.
And Maine has seen one of the best months for home sales in over 20 years. We'll have those stories and more just ahead.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
An Eddington man already well known to police was arrested today and charged with making online threats. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Devin Dagnall. According to the Department of Justice, in 2024, the FBI received information from Meta about a Facebook user who had discussed committing violence against police and the military. The FBI also received online tips from members of the public about threatening statements made on X.